Sometimes you think you're doing something for the money at first, but when you really start doing it with love and like caring about people, it doesn't feel like the money anymore. You really know you're doing the best service possible for that person, right? It could be anything you do. If you're just really loving on the person and not trying to use the person, right? If you love that person, you just want the best for them, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna do a great job of whatever you do.
Well, that's what I'm proud of what you're doing. I mean, now again,
No, I thank you. It's just coming in as a realization. Like when you ask these things, it's coming out. Like I'm loving. I never even say these things until I'm asked and triggered the right words. Like you're so precise on your words. Like I feel it's like you've been doing this right. And I ain't for a long time. You've been doing it right from whenever you started. You learned to perfect it. And that's what we need to do with everything in our life. So it's so beautiful the way you just articulate your words.
well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, no, I'm just being myself. It's taken a long time. Like I said, when I started out, I started out in broadcasting, in my 20s as a DJ, and then I did talk shows, and then I made the wrong decision and got greedy because I was with the wrong person. And, there's more, it's nothing wrong with wanting to be wealthy. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Get wealthy, but, you want to take care of your loved ones. That they are the most important thing in your life. You can have millions of dollars in the bank, but if you have nobody to share it with, or anybody that cares about you, or you don't have nobody to care about, that's like having nothing. Or you can have the people I had when I had all my wealth. They hung around with me because they liked the money aspect. They didn't care about me. It was the money.
Yeah, that's why I hear you, and that's why I'm starting with my friends. I had my first friend named Salvatore, and he is my first friend since I'm 4.5. When I first came to this, I was born in Coney Island Hospital, but I lived in Trinidad for 4.5 years. At 2 weeks old, I went back. And when I came up, my first friend in PK was Sal. And we've been friends ever since. I have friends like Jason, Paul, and Phil that I knew since I'm 10 years old. And we're still friends till to this day. We still go eat together and stuff like that. And those are the people that I know will be together forever. Why not work with something that'll work for all of us? And why not keep growing our community so we can help more and more people?
Well, that's important, and that's what I'm proud about. You have your mindset of what you want to do, and that's great at 26. Seriously, like I said, a lot of people at 26 or 30 don't know what they're going to do tomorrow, let alone mapped out. So you said the book is doing good on sales. I'm hoping tonight too. You'll get people interested in the book. And again, what's the name of the book? And I know you can get it at Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble. Whatever. I can't even say it tonight. I'm kind of like. Yeah, I'm feeling you. Okay. So anyway, give the name of the book again. How much does it cost? Do you have a website too that they can go to and order it from, or anything on YouTube or anything like that?
So I haven't really created anything for the book specifically because the book is just one of the products. Like it's a good thing to get somewhere. And it's a really essential book. You could go on Amazon or you could go on Barnes and Nobles and just type in Abundance, A Journey from Anxiety and Depression. And it's by Sooknanan. The price is $10.99. It's an easy read. I charge it as low as I can because I want to really service people. And I know with God's blessings is going to serve so many people that it doesn't matter if I make a much off a book. It'll really help people. Also, the website I work with an organization called Body, Mind, and Soul. So I didn't just want to focus on what I want to do. I want to build with other people at the same time. And it's called Body, B-O-D-Y, Mind, M-I-N-D, A-N-D, SOUL, Body, Mind, and Soul. BMS for Body, Mind, Soul. So BMS, just the letters, .com. And when you go to that website, you could also connect to our YouTube channel. It shows some things. We talk about health coaching, life coaching tips. So you get a lot of jewels and gifts for free because we just want to help society as well. We want to give you the knowledge. We want to just allow people to change what they want to change in their life and get what they want in their life. Allow them to have that support and that guidance. So that's some things you could reach us out of. I feel a retreat really has everything packed into one shot. So you could really drastically change your life off of one retreat. My girlfriend, her name is Vani Prasad. She just created a cookbook. It's a vegan cookbook. I've been vegan for the past 8 months. So 8 months. I'm vegetarian 8 months. I'm vegan for 7.5.
I bet you
started
feel,
right after.
I bet you, Jay, you feel a lot better physically, don't you?
Yeah, and you realize you really get down to the core of your body and see what you need to work on. Also, I do yoga every morning, so that helps.
Okay, Jay, hey, I'm going to have to wrap it up here for tonight. People take a look at his book. Go on his website. Let him know that you heard him on the show. And, support him. I think for somebody 26 years old, writing a book that actually might give a lot of people some thought about, how to get focus on their life and how to get going to do it the right way. I think it'd be a very good read, and especially for the price. You can't even go to McDonald's for that nowadays.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel it really impact a lot of people's lives and really help them for what they want. I thank you so much, Gary, for putting me on your show and really giving these people an outlet to really support the world and help each other. Give them the blessings we learn from, the universe or God or whatever it may be for you. These thoughts come from somewhere. And if it's the right thoughts and good thoughts, you could really be helping people if you spread it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Jay. Hey, you have a good evening. And thank you for staying up for the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gary, and you enjoy your night.
Okay, and you keep in touch, too. You got my email address, so keep in touch with me.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I would love to meet up when I come in Seattle, if that's possible, for a coffee or something.
Oh, yeah. Please do. Contact me.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
Jay.
Good.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Okay, well, like I said, we're a paranormal talk show, but, occasionally, somebody will come up with an idea for a show, and I just kind of thought it would be kind of different tonight to have something about, your mindset, because if you're not in the right mindset, both physically and emotionally, you're not going to get anywhere in life. So that's why I brought Jay on. And I think for 26 years old, my hat's up to him because, a lot of 26-year-olds, they don't even know what they're going to do tomorrow, let alone next week or next year. And that's the scary part. Coming up here later in the week, we got a society. It's going to be on of paranormal, ghost hunters. And we're going to have a couple of those staff members on the show. We're talking about what they do, as a hunter group and checking out the paranormal. And then next week we got another person coming on, again with a group from another paranormal, ghost hunter group. Looking for more people. So if you know anybody would like to be on our show, have them contact me at motorcycletalkbygary@gmail.com. That's motorcycletalkbygary@gmail.com. I'd love to entertain, you as a guest, like UFOs, black-eyed children, vampires, anything, Bigfoot. We're paranormal, ghosts in your attic or even in your living room when you're watching TV going by. Paranormal has really changed Back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even back when I was in broadcasting commercially, on broadcasting on radio stations, I did not do one of the first paranormal shows, but I had a paranormal show on one station. And, a big thing was talking about witchcraft and things like that was very popular back at that time frame in the early 80s. But, the paranormal has opened up in the last couple of years, or last 10 years. You can really blame that on Art Bell. He had his long run on the radio, paranormal, talking about UFOs and stuff like that. And then when he retired, you have Heather Wade, and, she's carrying the flame on. My hat's out to both of them. And then you have the Coast to Coast crew out there that, are doing the paranormal thing. But somewhere, down the road, I think paranormal should be, how can I say it? I enjoy doing the paranormal the way I do it. I enjoy the paranormal like Heather or Art Bell did it. I don't like some of the shows when you go onto the internet. You listen to them, and if anything, they're doing damage to the paranormal. Of anything they are. Because the way they represent things, the way they do things, they're actually not realizing they're making fun of the paranormal. And that hurts the paranormal field so much. So, I vowed when I took the show on and started it that I would run it like how I did it back when I had my talk show in the 80s. I enjoyed talking to people. And, be it that, I can only go by what people tell me. Okay, so, if they tell me they've been abducted by a UFO, then, I'm going to take them at face value. I mean, it's up to you as the listener, the audience, to make the decision if that person, is real or fake or, or whatever. But I bring them on, for many reasons. One is I believe in the paranormal. Because I've had a couple encounters in my life that you can't tell me that they weren't real. And I'm not going to go there. I have done it enough. And, that I just, how can I say it? I listened to so many of these paranormal shows. And I turn them off because they use the F word every other word. Or they're screaming. Or, they're going on these ghost boxes and all this stuff. I have a massive electronic background. These ghost boxes, I don't... That's my feeling. And as an electronic expert, they're not real. Okay? All they're doing is scanning the frequencies up and down and up and down. So, if you sit there and ask it a question, undoubtedly it's going to come up with something as it's up and downing the frequencies. It's going to be somewhat of an answer to like your question. It's going to be a blurb or something. Think about that. But I like the paranormal to be real and fresh, and that's what I try to do on my show. We've had some major guests on our show, like Peter Davenport. We've had a couple famous actors on their show that are into the paranormal. We had an actor on here just recently, Ron Fitzgerald, who's appeared in like 20 horror movies. He does magic for a living, and naturally does movies, and then also writes screenplays. Very much into the paranormal. That's what makes it interesting, and that's what I'm trying to do on this show here. So I'm not going to hype you up with a whole bunch of BS because that's not me. Anyway, tonight we're only doing an hour show. A lot of reasons why. One is that I'm waiting for the new piece of equipment to come in here tomorrow if I can hook it up. I got my rack all tore apart, and I'm even surprised that I got it up good enough to get onto the air. And just before I went on broadcasting, one of my computers, the main one, all of a sudden decided to shut down, started up, and then it started rebooting, and then started doing an update. And boy, was I sweating. Oh, what can I say?